Yo, yo. LaCroix. Limoncello LaCroix. Mac, what's up, man? Today's about to be very interesting. It is. Let's see what happens. No upper decker. Lower decker, though. Very nice, Alfie. Very nice. It's not a pair L. This is NASDAQ futures, not Forex. Bro's the only tangent right now. Good morning, little Leah. I appreciate the gifts. You're right on time, Ballas. What's your favorite pre-workout? I actually don't use pre-workout right now, but I think the Savage by Raw Nutrition is pretty good. The lemonade or whatever the lemon flavor. Bucked up oat. Never used bucked up. Evan, no, you did not. We read the verse of the day at 9:20. Impulse, what's up, man? DeQuavius, what's up, man? This is the 5-minute. I'm not like a. You asked me what is the best time frame. I don't think that one singular time frame is necessarily the best. Different time frames have different purposes. I got you, Ballas. Kim, what's up? Do you only look for reversal sales when price takes out New York PM high or buy side liquidity? Not necessarily, no. You ever trade Asia session? I used to, not anymore. Bot, what's up, man? I am trading in Q. Tyler, what's up, man? How's it going? Yeah, Hussein, I'm not a huge fan. Um, I stick to New York AM for the most part. I occasionally will take a trade in the PM session if there's something uh, enticing, something worth taking. Do you like to mostly enter off IFEGs? No. I trade order flow momentum combined loosely with ICT concepts. I enter off of order flow and momentum for the most part. To a money spread. I don't participate in those activities. That's a good strategy, Hussein. My philosophy is, and you'll hear me say this if you stick around long enough, you'll hear me say this a lot. I think you can find success with a lot of different strategies. I don't think one strategy necessarily is the end all be all, whether it be ICT or order flow or anything like that. I think you can find success with almost any strategy as long as you can master your psychology. That is the hardest part about trading. There you go, Kyler. You have a blessed day too, man. I think the daily payouts with TradeFi are pretty nice. Exactly, blah. Exactly. Zach, how's it going, man? Which prop firm is this? I'm actually trading personal capital. I am trading prop firms as well, but the first trade of the day is going to be on a personal capital account. If I do take a trade, hopefully we find a trade to take. We pumped hard right here, and now we're just chopping in this little zone. This would have been nice to get in on, but I was doing other things. I love hearing that, Hussein. It's good to have you, man. I want to pay out this week, but I'm just gonna follow the process one trade at a time. Yeah, don't force it, man. The harder you force it, the more the market's gonna push back. Lucas, what's up, man? Were you LARPing elsewhere? Not this weekend. Daggum, what's up? Is that a TPT account? Is that TPT 50K? I made a video earlier and I didn't post it. I had a guy try to tell me that all these influencers are lying about TPT not having a no activation fee, blah blah blah. I wanted to clarify for you guys. When you pass a TPT account, you will get a boilerplate email that says something about paying an activation fee. That's just an automated email that you get. Their system just sends out when you pass an account. What you have to do is you go to you wait for your account to settle. You go to your dashboard. Typically, if you receive the email, your account has settled at that point. So you go to your dashboard inside of Take Profit Trader. You go to activate the account, and where you normally would pay, you have the option to select a credit card, PayPal account, and then at the bottom of that, it'll say credit bank. And you'll see a number 1 in parentheses or in brackets next to that. That credit bank is the free activation. You click that, and then you click proceed, and you have a free, it waives the activation fee. You have a funded account at that point. So no one's lying, no one's misleading. Ignore the boilerplate email about paying an activation fee. I didn't know that would have to be explained, but apparently it does. Exactly. They give you a credit token to cover the activation fee. Exactly. Funded next. I got you. Actually, I am giving out free evals every Sunday. I gave out 2 yesterday. Did you know if you show the dogs, nothing needs to be explained? You guys. Do you see it moving down and then coming back up? We'll see. It keeps acting like it wants to break loose to the downside, but I have no clue what it wants to do. It'll be an interesting day. Yeah, it seems like it gives those, because I mean, I don't control the giveaway, but it's a system made by DinoBot, and it seems like it has been picking people who are relatively new. I call them out, XTC. I call them out. Don't think we push below 348. We shall see. Doing great, man. Doing great. Hope you are. Hope you had a good weekend. Yeah, some news leaks about Iran wants a long multi-stage truce. Iran demands a gradual and safe opening of the Strait of Hormuz. Iran agrees to long-term nuclear freeze instead of full dismantling, unconditional transfer of enriched uranium to Russia instead of America. That's what this news was. In class right now? What classes are you taking? Have I had a profitable month this month? I have had a very profitable month so far this month. It's been a good month. Trump posted what he said. I don't see anything from him. He's just retweeting other people's stuff. Something about the Washington Monument, something. Alberto, what's up? Do you wait until the market opens? Yes. Why is that not coming up on mine, Mac? The last truth I had from him was 10 minutes ago, showing the Washington Monument, the reflection pool, all that stuff. It's the last thing I have from him. C-Bum, hey, appreciate that. It's from yesterday. Gotcha. Has Dana White hit you up about your main event yet? Yeah. He called me right before he live streamed in the middle of that event. What a savage move that was. Nando, what's up? Dude, that Netflix card was absolute buns. Yeah, it wasn't great. Rhonda made a lot of money. Rhonda made out like a bandit. How do you mark your levels? I use the ICT kill zone and pivots indicator, and then I use the ray tool. This tool right here. Then I have all these presets. Things that I've created. You hold the shift key while you're dragging this, you hold the shift key and it makes it perfect. Her earnings by the second were crazy. I saw it, Tyler. It was like 219,000 a second or something like that. Because she made, I think, 2.4 mil total. It was something crazy like that. 219 every 10 seconds or 219 every second. It was something like that, yeah. Yeah, ICT kill zone and pivots. Syndicator. Lawson, what's up, man? How's Japan treating you? Yeah, I thought Nate Diaz looked like he had not conditioned at all, man. He looked out of shape. Perry was ready. Do I get in at 9:30 Eastern? Just randomly just jump in just because the market opened? No, man, I wait for a setup. I wait for a clear setup. Nate just always bleeds nonstop. I wonder what that's about. Gannon, I do mark it for you guys. I don't personally trade it. I have an indicator that marks it out. So that's it right there. It's on NQ. This is ES. I don't personally trade this, but I like to help you guys out so that if you're using my chart as a reference, you can see what's going on. Dude, I saw that in Idaho, right? I saw that. That was very strange. The two jets that ran into each other. Good morning from Germany. What's up, man? So what do you mark out each day when you get on? The highs and lows of previous sessions. I also have this new day opening gap down here from a while ago. I've had that marked out for a while. Highs and lows of the sessions are the most important thing. Asia high, Asia low, London high, London low, previous New York PM high, previous New York PM low, previous New York AM high, previous New York AM low. Yeah, and sometimes you can go back kind of far. I mean, depends on what we're close to. You know, these lows down here, these are marked from, I mean, May 12th. That was 6 days ago. But then you got these from down here. This was May 5th. So just depends. I just mark out what could potentially get tagged. You know, just resting liquidity. Orb is booty. Works for some people. How do you determine where it could tag though? I mean, we have been moving pretty aggressively in terms of how much volatility there's been. So I typically do like a 500 point move, but this is, you know, this is 1,000. So if we got some crazy news, that would be wild if we dumped that much, but we could realistically dump, you know, 500 points. It's not unusual recently for us to have 300, 400, 500 point moves in a session. So I just keep that in mind, and just, it's better to have it marked out and not need it than to be in the middle of a session and all of a sudden you're trading into an area that you haven't really examined yet. You need to make your own YouTube videos. Verse of the day, Hebrews 6:10. God is not unjust. He will not forget your work and the love you have shown him as you have helped his people and continue to help them. It's the first of the month. Amen. Appreciate that, Francis. Hope it helps. XTC, I don't really have a time. I wait for clear direction to present itself, to try to get an idea of what the market is intending to do. And then I'll try to ride the wave in that direction for however long I can. I want the order book to get, I want more clarity on the order book, because right now it's not, book map is not looking clear one way or the other. Orders above and below on both ES and NQ. I would say that there's heavier liquidity to the downside on NQ, but that could change as soon as the market opens. We could come down, absorb these 30s. 29.30 would kind of be where the liquidity cuts off, where the resting orders kind of cut out, unless they start injecting more after market open. But I could see us coming down and then potentially going higher, but we'll see. What do you lateral raise? I mean, I don't try to none of my lifts I try to do like PRs on. I just work out. Typically with the 35s or the 40s, I'll do with the dumbbells. I like to do lateral raises with cable machines though. Constant tension. Seated dumbbells are good. I do those as a finisher after I've done lateral raises with the cable machine. How about you lateral raise them dogs? For a kilo is 2.2 pounds, so you'd multiply 34 times 2.2. Don't ask me how I know that. What's the verse of the day? We just read it, but I'll read it again. It's Hebrews 6:10. God is not unjust. He will not forget your work and the love you have shown him as you helped his people and continue to help them. Do you game? What do you mean? Video games? Going full short on SPY? I can see that. Take the day off, QQQ. Take the day off. I don't play CSGO. The only game that I play right now is Tarkov. I've played Rust before. Forza 6 does look fun, man. Forza 6 does look fun. I haven't tried Broken Arrow. Did you get the hair transplant? Not yet. Does it look like it? I feel like I was with my girlfriend a couple weekends ago, and I was like, I feel like my hair's starting to grow back. She was like, mm-hmm. It's like, dang. Guess not. Appreciate it, though. Appreciate that, Yoshi. Taking a trip to Turkey? I haven't decided, man. I know there's people that have done that, and they've had amazing results. But there's a place down in Miami called American Maine that has a lot of the same doctors that trained. There's one guy, I forgot his name. He's a world-renowned guy over in Turkey. He's known as like the best. If you can get it, it's like a 2 or 3 year wait list to get a procedure done with him. But he trains a lot of people, and he trains some people that now have a place in Miami called American Maine. And their pay structure is very competitive, appealing. So I've been thinking about giving them a shot. I've looked at a lot of their results that they've done on the people that they've done. It looks really good. Would save a lot of money, but that's one of those things where you want to do it right when you do it. So money shouldn't be the main determinative. You tried minoxidil? Yeah, I've used it a lot. Minoxidil combined with finasteride. Tried to do dutasteride. Yeah, I'm reading that right now, Tyler. You got the same financial juice thing that I got, I think. Whenever you see me look over here, I'm usually reading the financial juice headlines. All right, we got 45 seconds here until open. Dakota, what's up, man? It was just something about Iran. It wasn't a red alert. It was just something about Iran and oil. U.S. has agreed to waive Iran's oil sanctions during negotiations. Cam, what's up, man? We got 15 seconds, so I can show it after market open, Cam. I want to lock in and see what we get here. I want to see if the order book fills up on NQ real quick after the open here. I want to see potentially a sweep of these 30s and then a push higher, or maybe it keeps dumping. Good luck, everybody. Stay patient. It's Monday. Trey, I just want clear direction. Just looking for clear direction. You know, swift movements like you got here. I like these swift movements. I don't need anything crazy, man. I usually am looking for 25, 30 points of clear, solid movement, and I can usually capitalize pretty aggressively on those sorts of moves. This is obviously would be beautiful if we could get something like this. On Yoshi on YT. Can't say the name because TikTok doesn't like that, but YT. Same username, Christian Trades Alive. Nice, Devin. You're a good student, Everett. I'd just be very patient, Nick. I don't think that's stupid, but I would just make sure you're confident about the trade before you make it. Down 240 in reverse. Could see that. Dev, what's up, man? NQ is not super clear on Bookmap. Neither is ES. Looks like with a little bit of a bounce off the true day there. ES is still dumping pretty aggressively. You ever had the impulse to dye your beard? I can't say that I have. XTC, I call them out. I don't simulate or anything like that. I just call them out. All right, Lawson, have a good one, man. Hope Japan's treating you well. ODTE, what's up, man? Good to see you too. Just absorbed a big level there on ES at 74.25. As soon as it absorbed that, we started to get orders flashing above it. One guy just got tagged in there, so still plenty of liquidity under us, it looks like, on NQ. True day is at 29,275. So we're under it at the moment, pushing right on it at the moment, rejecting a little bit off of it, just above it, rejecting. A lot of people, that's what they trade, XTC, that orb that you're looking at, that yellow area. A lot of people take that orb. So the thinking is you mark that out. I mean, I'm sure you know what the strategy is. Are you profitable? Nah, man, I'm still figuring it out. Orders down to 200 on Bookmap. I do all right, Snoop. I do all right for myself. Orders up to 300 here. Keep rejecting. What's ES doing? ES is rejecting that true day. It's rejected it 3 times, pushed off aggressively. I appreciate that, Snoop. Orders aggressively down to 200 here. I'd be a little surprised if it didn't take up the rest of this move. Just doesn't want to break loose. I'll show you what I'm looking at. They just yanked a couple of these orders down here, and injected this. The order book's shifting quickly. These orders weren't just here. You can see you see right here, they weren't there, and then all of a sudden they were. They got tossed in there. So these orders down here looked really juicy. We'll get this pullback, but you see how we're rejecting off this true day right here, that true day VWAP. Trading above it now on ES, so this could turn around. ES rejected it 4 times, and now it's above it. back below it a little bit now. I still think that there's liquidity under us that this wants to take out. I just think it's going to be herky-jerky on the way down. Lewis, what's up, man? Are you in short now? Yeah, see, there's the move I was looking for. A little bit more aggressive down to that 200 level. This isn't a pair. This is NASDAQ futures. NASDAQ and S&P futures. Rejection off of that 200 level hard. Hard. Jeez Louise. Yo, please be careful in this. You looking for longs? No. We'll do that, or Big Do. This is called Bookmap. This is level 2 data, institutional order flow. This is what the regular chart looks like in comparison. And if you were to drop to the 2-minute, very wiki. I'm going to get rid of the orb here because that's okay with you guys. I don't use opening range. Other people do. It's a strategy, the orb strategy. It's a strategy, Lewis. So a lot of times you would look for, you'd mark that out. And what you would typically look for ES is still respecting it, to be honest. But you'd look for, so you mark it 8 to 8:15, the 15-minute candle right here. You'd look for price to come back in, respect this zone, and reject back out of it. So ideally, you would take a long out of this area. NQ obviously is below it here. Typically, you put your stops 4, 5, 10 points, whatever you can stomach below this range right here. And look for it to go back higher. But I don't know that that's necessarily going to work today, so I'm turning it off there. I think we want lower here. It works best on ES from my experience, but you can do it on either. Some days it actually works better on NQ. You just got to figure it, you kind of watch the chart and figure it out. I don't personally trade it. Could you just sell? Couldn't you just sell right here or right now? You could do whatever you want, man. You could sell, you could buy, or you could sit on your hands. ES Orb playing. ES Orb is playing. Who took it on ES? Bookmap. Look at what just happened on the Bookmap. Most of this stuff cleared out. You had orders get absorbed here. It could start to fill up back again to the downside here, but a lot of what was under us just cleared out. And ES started getting orders up above. We're trading above the true day. If you stayed above the true day here, the orb could continue to play. The orb has already taken 16 points. Did you take it, Cam? Cam took it. Yes. I love that for you, man. Lewis, I do like to see confluences. Stops to break even. Very nice. I'll show you what I'm seeing on the ES Bookmap here for you so you get an idea. If we stay above this true day, I think you get a good play here. You have these orders up into the 30s. High 30s, low 40s here. You got the 8 a.m. VWAP, the New York session VWAP that it's bouncing a little bit off of here, right at 32. But if it breaks free of that, could keep pumping to the upside. NQ is lagging way behind. So I'd be wanting to make sure that we stay above this true day VWAP here. We did reject the 8 a.m. New York session VWAP. That's what I'm seeing here on the chart. See how we rejected right off of that? Bouncing off the true day, staying higher. Perfect, broke that. You're definitely in the clear here if it breaks above this 8 a.m. and stays. I do not use volume footprint now. Pushing back to true day now. The long was on ES, and you should have taken it down in here. I wouldn't get into it right now. This is not the place to jump in. Unless you're just seeing something that fits your structure. If you're trading the orb, though, the place to get in was down here. NQ starting to light up to the upside a little bit. Holding us till the cows come home. Hopefully they're gone out for a while. Do you play any video games? Yeah, I play Escape from Tarkov. Hey, Cam, very nice, man. That's a beautiful trade. You ate on that. Absolutely ate. 1137, one mini. I took a little piece of it. I should have called that out, but I was trying to decide whether I was going to even take it or not. I did take a little piece of it on the personal account. Six contracts on NQ, just playing around and accidentally press buy. That's a happy accident. Still room to the upside here, man. You're getting these wiki pullbacks, but there's plenty of liquidity higher. I'm going to switch over to my other accounts now. I'm going to lock out this personal account and switch over to my Lucid accounts. My heart ain't happy, but my money is. Why is that? Yeah, so 422 on the personal account's a decent day right there. It's not bad. Yeah, these wiki pullbacks, just be careful. We just absorbed a lot. We hit that 300 level, 29, 300, and absorbed the largest orders right there, and then rejected right back down to the true day. So be careful here. This could be, if it is going to turn around, this is where it would do it. This could just be a retrace, but Bookmap cleared up a lot to the upside. I made it on NQ. I took it on NQ. I haven't been trading in ES really. I don't think I've taken one. I've taken maybe a couple of ES trades this year so far. All right, let me make sure I'm on the right accounts here. Yep. Make sure you're over here. Make sure all your orders are off. Locked out. 11. Nice. Dialed. I got the move up. See that 5-minute candle? NQ's dumping on your chart? You sure you're on NQ? I mean, it's pulling back right now, but this candle right here was 120 points, 119.5. No News Mondays, Ballas. You know? Where's PJ? PJ, are you in here? No News Mondays, bro. Killian, I execute on Tradeovate because yes, I do experience some bit of a delay. If I try to execute trades on TradingView, with my prop firm account connected, I do experience a delay. I connect the accounts, and I connect TradingView to Tradeovate, but I execute on Tradeovate. When you see me getting into a trade, I'm buying and selling on Tradeovate. Longs are 2 free. We got hella movement to the downside as soon as you said that. Banger to start the week. Nice. I feel like a lot of people took that. You know what's starting to frustrate me a little bit, and this isn't meant to be negative after such positive price action there, but I just got an email that TPT is extending their 50% off for another week. That kind of thing really frustrates me, because as somebody who's sitting there like, hey, this deal ends Sunday, you got to get it while you can. TPT is one of those firms that really does typically stand by their deadlines like that. Like, they don't typically extend sales. For one, they don't really ever do a 50% off that I am aware of in the 4 years that I've seen them. But I just got an email from them that says, hey, we're extending the 50% off for another week, after I posted a video and a bunch of stories saying, hey, this deal ends Sunday. You guys got to get it while it lasts. Now it makes me look bad, like I'm just trying to make sales. You didn't tell me when to click the button, bro. I used 1 mini instead of 2 on accident. Hey, 1 mini, you should have made good money on that, even with 1 mini. I was in for only a couple of micros, and I made 400 on it, 420, 422. Struggling with getting too worked up in a trade and selling early. Lower your sizing. What do you think about the recession claims? I don't see the signs for that. I see the signs for potentially a correction, but not a recession. And I could be completely wrong even about a correction. John, go away, man. No one wants that. These scammers with their scalper stuff. Hit my max payout, pass the buffer. Very nice. That's awesome, Zach. Good work, man. T. Scott, that's very important. No, there's no rush in any of this, man. I had to left a comment on a guy's thing last night when he was talking about what's the best firm to pass quickly, and it's like, I think the best way to trade is to start looking at it from a perspective of years and not days, and it really allows you to slow down. Slowing down is the fastest way to make money, and it sounds oxymoronic, but it's the truth. There you go, Ballas. This is jerking around on Bookmap. It looked like it wanted to break these lows here, but all of a sudden these orders came in. But look at that, just jerking around. Holy cow. Trying to see if that was news. That was weird. I caught the long, Joseph. I caught this move up. This candle right here. Somewhere in the orange. We don't speak French here. Hey, my Russian brother, I see you up there. Hope you're safe, man. I was thinking about you over the weekend. Saw Moscow took a hit. Some drones. Hope you're doing all right. This is dangerous price action here, guys. Woke up to northern Moscow getting hit, yeah. Look how herky-jerky this is on the Bookmap. All the way up here, and then you just literally in 2 seconds, it just jerked back down. XTC, it's on my YT channel. I'm live on there as well. It's constantly on there. What was that? I don't know, man. Oh, what was on my screen? That's called Bookmap. I thought you were talking about the movement. This movement's crazy. You're safe though, over there? I'm guessing you are since you're on here talking. What the hell's the bias for the day? This is why I don't ever develop a bias, man. Textbook A+ setup for you? Nice. Love that. That's smart. Smart for you, Everett. Yeah, well, I'm praying you stay safe, man. I hope that whole thing comes to an end soon. Was hoping Trump was going to use that as like a negotiation point in China. Try to get them to help bring that thing to a close. How's the market treat me? Treating me well, man. I'm having a great month so far. Great year so far. I can't complain. They've been tougher to navigate than I would like, but you know, it makes for a, what did I say in the video? Calm seas don't make for a skilled sailor. So you just gotta stick to your rules and do what works. Can't over size, can't overtrade. Just talks about it, but both sides are stubborn. Yeah, frustrating. JF, that's smart. If you're not in the right headspace, it's good to identify that and not trade. Did you take anything? Yeah, I took a long on one of these candles here. We're up 4 something on the personal account, 420 on the personal account, waiting to try to get a trade here on the prop firm funded accounts. Just so herky-jerky. Might get to Asia for a while. What part of Asia, though? That's the question, because even if you go over there, you could potentially run into something. Hey, as long as you follow your rules, Dakota. I've got no idea. Done for the day, small one, still a win. There you go, Lucas. Got stopped out on my longs. It's frustrating. Stopped out and then it just rips. Did you get your TPT accounts back? I am like 300 away from passing. I think I need one more trading. I think if I made 300 a day, I'd pass them. I think I need one more trading day. So today would be the day. But I'm not in a hurry, man. I don't ever try to. I try to keep that out of my mind. You know, in terms of where I am. Like I've said before, the ideal situation is you just look down at the end of the day. I do set the risk setting so that it closes the trade once I hit the profit target. But the ideal setting is you look down and you just happen to notice that you passed. You know, that way it doesn't influence you forcing trades or doing anything like that. My total profit today was almost 3,400. That's sick, dude. There you go, Zach. Losing is a part of it, man. Not the wet dogs. Hey, David, don't trade them, man. You don't have to. That's how I am with Fridays, man. Fridays, you know, historically have been really rough for me. So either I don't trade Friday, or if I do trade it, I try to size down tremendously. No, they're not super strict about that. They're not super strict. I don't know what the leeway is, but I'm usually, with my calculations with the risk settings, I'm usually pretty much spot on. Sometimes I'll go over like $50 or $100 or something, but I've never had an issue where they're like, hey, you know, you got to trade another day or something. Now, if you go over like the 50% rule in a day, like, you know, you're trading a 50K and you can only make 1,500 and you make something like 1,800, then yeah, your target profit's gonna go up. Oh yeah, Lucid is doing a 50% off sale right now. It doesn't matter if you're a new customer or an existing customer, you can get 50% off of 2 accounts. Appreciate that, Everett. Yeah, I forgot to mention that. 50% off 2 accounts, regardless of how long you've been trading with them. Wish I could sit at the computer in the AM, but I have work and I feel like it's holding me back. I don't know what to do. I would say wake up early and trade London, man. I know that sounds not very fun, but that's what I would do. If you made 1588, I think you'll be good. A lot of orders here in this 300 range. Dancing to the techno. Glad you stopped hedging. Never that. I'm not familiar with Topstep Juco. I used to trade with them, but that was a long time ago. Honest question, do you ever take a trade? Yeah, I don't ever take a trade, but somehow I managed to make $422. Frank, I don't show my trades because I don't like to drive by people that are just scrolling on TikTok. I was actually watching a guy last night and he was dealing with this. People that aren't even actually interested in the live, they just want to troll and talk crap. And whether you intend for it to happen or not as a trader, you can fight it as much as you want, but it does have a psychological effect on your decision making, and I don't need that. I trust myself with my trades and the trades that I take. So I basically stopped showing my trades and just calling out when I get into a trade so that the casual scroller who isn't actually sitting in here in the lives for an extended period of time doesn't have a chance to make drive-by comments. But yes, clearly I do take a trade. %90 of trading is sitting on your hands, though. I will say that. TikTok, for most people who have been exposed to trading through TikTok, they have a warped sense of what trading really is, because the majority of these TikTok traders are just constantly in a trade, and that's not real trading. There's no longevity in that. Take profit. If you just hit profit target for that, you're gonna have to wait till the end of the day. You can't do it midday like that. You got to wait for the account to settle. It'll be around 7 or 7:30 Eastern time, 7 or 7:30 p.m. Eastern time tonight. Nice green screen. I see TikTok traders trading all day. It's nuts. Yeah. It's not real trading, man. Most of the ones that you see who are live all day, every day, they're doing it for exposure. They're doing it so they can build followers and that they can get more people using their affiliate code. That's just the truth. I really don't care about that. What I try to do here is set a good example of what trading actually is and should be. You should have a set time frame that you trade. If you don't see a setup in that time frame, you should get off the charts and come back the next day. Ballas, you just want to see. Ballas, I got you. You want to know if it's a green screen? Ballas has a feet fetish. Oh, I shouldn't say that. I'm going to get banned again. There you go, Ballas. And he's joking. No, I went for a walk before the live. I was outside walking around, getting some fresh air. I don't usually wear shoes inside Everett. I don't. These are Koyo. I don't know how to pronounce them, but there's some nice, like, very nice shoes, and they're clean. I know they don't look like it, but they are clean. Just mop the floor too. Devin, take care, man. Appreciate that, Zach. Yeah, I forgot how do you pronounce this. It's spelled Koio. If you look them up, you'll see what I'm talking about. Koio. Very nice. Highly recommend. Need some clear direction here, man. Looks like it wants to go down, but we keep getting these wicky pullbacks. Look at that. Now dump. Yeah, that's it, Zach. Koyo. Something like that. I don't know how to pronounce them. I just wear them. Yeah, Lewis, I don't blame you. I'd sit this one out. Definitely not going. Definitely not going. Hussein, take the day off, man. Don't force a trade. I mean, this order book is nuts. It's just shifting rapidly. Keeps looking like it wants to dump, then all these orders come in above us, and it's not ideal. It'll send you an email. Been in the streams every single day since January, and I see the same people in here from back then progressing and seeing results, but I feel behind, and I'm letting myself down. Kenny, you can't look at it like that, man. Never compare your journey to other people's. You got to think, man. You're on your own path, on your own timeline. I would drive myself crazy if I did that, and I do struggle with that sometimes, but I've gotten a lot better about it, man. Got to think, I'm 33 and I'm a rising senior in undergraduate right now. Most people my age, they're married and having kids, or have already had kids. They're on multiple kids. They've been in their careers for 10 years. If I were to compare myself to other people, I'd drive myself nuts. You making money over there, FLB? You say this is a really good career. I love what I do, man. Even if I didn't stream, I love talking to you guys and helping people. But even if I wasn't streaming, I love trading, man. There is not, since I started trading 5 years ago, there has not been a morning other than on the weekends that I wake up and I'm not excited to look down, to analyze the markets, to see what's going on. Just economics in general, finance in general, I really enjoy it. So for me, I love what I do. Exactly, Zach. That's it. The endless possibilities because of the income and the free time that you have. I'm in school right now, Moon. When I started down this path of trying to finish my undergraduate, let me watch this for a second. A lot of orders really heavy down to 100. It's just keeps rejecting. What do you think of the trader, pal? I think he seems like a cool dude. I like his business mindset. He's involved in a lot of real estate outside of trading. It's 172 orders I see up there that you're talking about, FPV. I'm looking below us here down to 100, and underneath that 29,085. Want to see if this will break loose. Time is it for you right now? 10:20, 10:32, and 33, 34, 35 seconds. Very nice balance. That's always frustrating, Zach. But at least you're up, man. You're up big on the day. That's a big psychological line right there that we just passed. 29,000 broke down into the 28,000s. back into 29. I got Star Citizen Everett. What are you trading? NASDAQ futures. Did you get in on that dump? No. Bro, what? Want to join up and run the big event? I have it. I haven't played it in a while, man. I'd have to even see if I still have it downloaded. I used to love that game. I used to play the heck out of that game. When I first built my PC a while ago, over 5 years ago. Cameron, no, I'm not in a trade. I don't even know which ships I have anymore. I paid for several ships. I'm hungry. What do we eat today? Chicken and rice, poached eggs. And I was bad. I did buy a pint of some ice cream that I'm gonna nibble on during the hockey game tonight. It's so good now. I need to check it out. It was super glitchy the last time I played. Do you think PJ takes a long for a 1 minute inversion on NQ London low? I think it depends on many other factors. I think it depends on if we're delivering out of a high time frame PD array. I think it depends on the trend that we're in. It would depend on more than just that one thing. 80-20 rule on the diet, exactly. Usually it's the weekends. I'm very strict during the week, and then on the weekends I'll eat whatever I want. Lewis, have a good day, man. What's midnight? It's 12 a.m. Eastern time. Sorry. Why did I just get lost? It's right here. 12 a.m. Condor Rand. I'll remember that. I'll look it up. I'll have to download it. Hey, this is dumb. This is dangerous price action, man. That Iran under no circumstance trades the war in for nuclear. Who is Tasnim? That is a news source. Hey, Nero, love hearing that. Bookmap's huge, man. Bookmap is huge. I'm gonna throw this on the 15. Get a broader view of what's going on here for you guys. Look at that wick on the 15. What book map? What book map is? Man, if this car dealership calls me one more time, I've been trying to negotiate on a vehicle, and before Easter, I started negotiating on this vehicle, and these guys wouldn't come to my number, and now they've been blowing my phone up saying that they want to come to my number. The number's changed, man. It's lower now. You waited too long. It was at my offer when I made the offer. Now the offer is lower. There's a guy outside blowing leaves, so I apologize if that is coming through the mic. Did you take any trades? Yeah, I'm up 422 on my personal capital account, waiting for a trade on the prop firm accounts. The orders are higher at the moment. News agency in Iran associated with IRGC. Okay, that makes sense. That's what I was thinking. Makes sense. Appreciate that. I bet it does. I bet it does work. It's not a bad strategy ever. 29,440. That's way up there, bro. It's way up there. Doesn't show that far ahead at the moment. There are some, you can see right here, there's some stuff resting, but it's subject to change as we get closer to those levels. Checkmate, I highly recommend it. I don't use NinjaTrader, and I don't prefer TradingView. I actually use Tradeovate. I do connect the Tradeovate account to TradingView, but I execute on Tradeovate. So I have, if you've ever seen my setup here, I have a 49-inch monitor. Half of it is TradingView, half of it is Tradeovate. I have the account connected to TradingView, but I'll click the buy sell button on Tradeovate. You sell Acuras and Infinities. I worked for Acura for a number of years as a mechanic. I have tried Trade C, just on paper. What the guy doing outside? Blowing leaves, man. He's blowing leaves next to the pool. Actually, he's not blowing leaves. He's sucking leaves. He's got a big backpack on. He's sucking all the leaves up. Pretty nice of him. Stop relaxing. I wouldn't say that there's fake orders, but there's bot orders, things like that, and you can use TradeMap Lite that filters that out. So what you're looking at right there is TradeMap Lite. It's supposed to filter out all the nonsensical crap. There you go, Grant. That's a good setup. Is it connected to TV because you trade multiple accounts? No, it's because I chart on TradingView, and I want to see what, I want to see my trades in conjunction with what I've charted. Yes, checkmate, they did. No, there's no bot orders that I'm looking at. All right, Mac. Sorry to hear that, man. How much have you made today so far? $422.90. And I, I would just say that you need to make sure that you're not breaking the consistency rule with whatever firm you're with. I don't put a profit target on my days like that though. I take what the market gives me and let the base hits stack up. If I hit a home run and just happen to take a really good trade that makes a lot of money, that's good, but that's not necessarily my goal. My goal is just to follow my rules, follow my system, and let the results, be what they may. One trade away from losing my account, followed the strat, did not break anything. It happens sometimes, man. I would say that the one thing you might want to add to the set of rules that you have is if you have more than 2 losing days, that you take the 3rd day off. That's one that really helped me out. And if that day that you come back after the day off is another losing day, then you just take the rest of the week off. What's the logic behind it? A reset, a mental reset, fresh eyes. Just a break is sometimes useful. Will you stop at 12? Yes. Or 11, sorry. 11, yes. This 900 level is a very crucial level here. Not sure why that didn't mark on your screen. Here we go. I think buyers will come in at that point and go long. Not necessarily. Could happen. I just think that if we can break loose of that level and trade consistently under it, then it's going to go. I've been eyeballing this new day opening gap for a while. This is from can't even remember what day this was from, like the 7th of May or something. But I want to see this new day opening gap at some point get filled. So I think if we can clear this 900 level, then we could really break loose to the downside. But it's having a hard time doing that. Price is staying above it, as you can see. Can you show us the trade you took this morning? It was this what was it, this 5-minute candle right here? Wasn't structurally, it wasn't much of a setup in terms of what we were seeing here just simply on the chart. It's mostly, I mean, I would say 100% taken based on what I was seeing on Bookmap. So just seeing this is not going to do much for you. I can go back and show you what I was seeing on Bookmap, and that would make it pretty clear. We did have ES pushing through the orb. ES was rejecting beautifully out of this orb. NQ was lagging behind it initially. You can see that right here. And then it just took off to catch up to the upside. So I got in on it and then got out at this session VWAP, 8 a.m. session VWAP. Structurally though, in terms of an entry, it was almost 100% dictated by what I was seeing on Bookmap and what I was seeing on ES. The fact that ES was pumping so hard, NQ was lagging slightly behind, and then saw the orders filling up tremendously to the upside on Bookmap. Exactly, Ballas. 90% psychology, 5% clicking the button, and for you, 5% dog watching. No, Juco, I did not. I don't use VWAP as a confirmation. I do sometimes use it as entries and exits because we get, you know, depending on which VWAP has been respected that session, we do get pretty aggressive rejections off of VWAPs. Rejections can be where you take an entry or where you potentially take profit. VWAP, yeah, Nico. Capture the heat map? You mean Bookmap? I can. I wouldn't trust this upside. We've had this appear several times where we just got all this liquidity above us and then what looks like nothing below us or not a lot below us, and then we get these dumps. So I'd be very careful trusting the longs here. Yeah. See what I'm saying? And then look at how all these orders above us just got yanked out of the market. See this? See how that orange, that big orange line that was right here disappeared, gets yanked. Yeah, it's part of the game, Magnus. Part of the game, man. It happens. Last Monday, I blew my 5 TPT accounts. But here we are today. I'm 300 short of passing them or something. So 500 short of passing them. No, hey, it's all good. I made on that day I made $1,100 or $1,200 on my Lucid accounts. It was, you know, just happens. Try to prevent it as much as possible, but sometimes it happens. I do not recommend gambling evals. I recommend trading a system and keeping it consistent. I don't really change much up from eval to fundeds for me. I know there's other people I mean, even people whose opinions I respect greatly, like PJ, who talks about sizing down and doing all these things. I don't change the way I trade. I trade a system, and I keep it the same. I don't try to rush evals. I don't try to rush fundeds. I keep the system congruent around the board, across the board. Bookmap itself is about 80 a month, something like that, and then the data is about 25 a month or 35, something like that, 25 or 35. So it's a little over $100 for the data and the Bookmap subscription. Considering going for a live, I wouldn't do a live account until you've been taking consistent payouts for at least a year. I wouldn't do it. You will blow it. You too, Magnus. Have a good one, man. Birmingham, Alabama. Alice, you're not in Alabama. Those are orders, limit orders stacked up in the market. Just passing through at the moment. And you were talking about me to the locals? Dude, Cracker Barrel is fire. I love Cracker Barrel. All right, guys, I'm not seeing anything I'm interested in. This is my cutoff time. If you guys are new, drop a follow. We're live every day, 9 a.m. to 11. We do giveaways in the Discord every Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern time. But I'm going to call it right there. We're up 422.90 on the personal capital account. Haven't taken a trade on the fundeds. So I'm going to call it a day. You guys have a good one. God bless you. Love you guys. Thanks for being here. We'll be back tomorrow morning to do it all over again. You guys have a good day. Zach, have a good one, man. Congrats on a good day. We'll see you later. No shoes tomorrow.